Well, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. I did a video the other day basically saying this was going to be the last time you're going to see me looking this way. And when I say this way, I'm comfortable right now. I'm comfortable, but God has me comfortable for a reason. I understand why he has allowed certain things not to transpire the way that I would have liked them to, because he needed to get me to this point, to this position, to this status, to this attitude in regard to just my current situation, which I have been at, in all honesty, for over 6 months, over a year, really 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. This has been a frustration for me, just the way I have had to deal with certain people and attitudes and judgments and persecutions and abuse and lies, from a myriad of different people. Whether I had a house or now that I don't. Whether I had a career or now that I don't have a career. Whether I have money in the bank or whether I don't have money in the bank. He has put me in situations, on both sides for me to see the BS in all of it that I've had to deal with. And not just from my side of things, but from other people's side as well too. A lot of us carry a lot of BS and lies and crap within us. And instead of expelling it and getting rid of it, no, we want to swallow it and keep eating it and keep justifying it and then keep engaging in behaviors that are not only toxic but abusive and cruel to not only ourselves but to other people. What is the bullshit that I'm referring to in regard to, what I've carried for years? One is believing that I should either back down and or hide myself or cloak myself or protect myself from this outside world that we live in. That I should be scared or fearful. Or people telling me that I'm trash for being who I am. For being authentic, for being real, for being truthful, for being kind, for being nice. That I should hide and or keep from engaging with certain people or engaging in certain activities or behaviors that are good, that are positive, that are loving, that I should not be helpful. This is the bullshit that people have projected and or told me in one way or another that I do not believe. I believe in love. Shout out Kenny Loggins. I believe that kindness is timeless and that love never goes out of style. Shout out Sergio Mendes featuring India Ari. I believe that this is my house and I live here. Shout out Diana Ross. I believe that God is taking me to the top of the world. Shout out Diana Ross. I believe it's not over for me. Shout out Prince. One Night Alone. Live. After hours at the club. If you know, then you know. I believe that there is joy in repetition. Once again, shout out Prince in the MPG live, One Night Alone, after hours at the club. Now, I'm not cut from the cloth of anybody else. God made me original. He made me unique. He made me creative. He made me a lot of things that a lot of people hate, despise, and are jealous of, and wish that they had. I'm not the only one. There are other individuals out there that are also not cut from the same cloth as anybody else. And they know who they are. They know what they carry. And they have had to deal with people all around them that have told them that they're less than, that they're the problem, they're the issue, they need to do this, they need to do that, they need to be this, they need to be that in order to be seen, loved, respected, and so on and so forth. And that's BS. Don't believe it. Don't buy into it. Don't agree to it, because that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to conform. They want you to believe what they believe. They want you to agree with them. They want you to be a part of a social construct that God does not want you to be a part of. He wants you to stand out and be different. He wants me to stand out and be different. And these are individuals that will feed you this bullshit of saying that, no, you don't need to stand out. You don't need to be different. You need to conform. You need to be in a social construct with everybody around you so that y'all are in agreement, y'all all on the same page, all on the same level, and that is not how it is. There are a lot of people that want to go down that social conformity path, go along to get along, and then years later they grow to resent and or regret certain actions, behaviors, choices, and decisions that they made in their life that they were the ones who made the choices to do. And then take it out on other people that chose not to go down the path they went down because they're on the outside looking in and saying, you know what, I wish I had their life. I wish I were doing what they were doing. I wish I had chose differently for my life. And it's really not too late, but these people believe that it's too late. So what these people will want to do is they'll want to drag you down however they can so that you're at their level and or beneath them, so that then they can try to steal what is yours and or what God has promised you and shine brighter than you and thinking that they're going to be successful. That's not how it works. That's not the game that you want to play. Now, you can choose to do whatever you want to do. It's your life. But don't you dare try to force somebody outside of you to do what you want them to do and trying to conform their life under your control. And in this world that we live in, everywhere you go, there are people in these retail environments, in these establishments, all around you, that will look at you and see the goodness within you and still want to hate on you. Still want to make you feel like you're nothing because they're nothing. I find it so hilarious with a lot of these older individuals that like to play these old these old manipulative tactics. They don't work on me. You know, people want to affect your confidence, how you see yourself, the love that you have for yourself. And they will try to boost somebody else up right in front of your face to make you feel less than, make you feel bad about yourself. And all they've done is shown you their cards. They've shown you really their playbook, how they play the game, how they've been playing the game for years. And I did a video just now that I uploaded called, it's out with the old and it's in with the new. There was a point or a period where I had the attitude of, you know what? I agree with a lot of the old school, but there are a lot of old school individuals that have not even tried to move into a new school attitude. And even though we're in a world, in places and spaces where people are saying, oh, you're welcome, you're accepted, you're liked, we're not biased, we're not judgmental, we're not prejudiced. A lot of people are saying this crap and they don't mean it. They're saying it, once again, pretending to be and or wanting to be a part of the social norm, the direction that people are going in. But they themselves have a different opinion or a different attitude. And instead of going outside of the social norms, they say, okay, I'm going to pretend, I'm going to lie, so that way I can be a part of the social norms, be accepted, be liked, be respected. But then they're going to go and do some evil, wicked stuff behind the scenes, down low, when other people aren't looking, to go against whatever they're saying they're a part of. And that's where authenticity and honesty really needs to come out. But the problem is, they know that if they're authentic and they're honest about who they really are, that a lot of people are not going to like them, a lot of people are not going to respect them, a lot of people are not going to want to be around them. And that's not what they want. It's really, we're in a state within society where there is no more trying to ride that fence. There's no more trying to ride that fence. You're either on this side or you're on the other side. But people are trying to ride the fence, and or they're jumping from one side to the other side, to the other side, to the other side. And they have to be careful, because if certain people see them jumping to this side, that's going to be an issue. And if certain people on the other side see them jumping over to the other side, that's going to be an issue. And they can't really ride the fence anymore. They're having a hard time riding that fence. That's a lot of the old school mentality. There's nothing wrong with old school, but there's a lot of new school going on. There's a lot of changes that are going on right now that are going to happen whether people like it or not. And there are some individuals that are trying to fight it tooth and nail, trying to fight it. They want to fight it. They want to fight against it. They want to fight against it. But to fight against it, they got to show their true colors. They got to show their authenticity. And you're starting to see that a lot more and more. Certain people got into positions of power and authority that said one thing prior to getting in those positions of power, and then after they got into positions of power, what did they do? They reneged. They went back on what they said. Liars, deceivers, manipulators. When they get what they want, they may never want it again. Shout out Hole, Violet. There's enough of that crap. People want authenticity. They want the truth, even if it hurts. Because to find out and or know the truth means, okay, I know where you stand. I know how you feel. I know what you believe. I know what your thoughts are. I know that you're prejudiced. I know that you're a hater. I know that you're racist. I know that you're judgmental. I know that you're closed-minded. Okay, I want to distance myself from you. But what happens when people get shunned? Or when people distance themselves from certain individuals? What usually happens to that person? They feel some type of way. When I tell you God made me different, He has kept me to myself. He has secluded me from other individuals because I don't need validation from anybody else. But there are a lot of people out here in this world that do need validation from somebody else. They need somebody to see them. They need somebody to love them. They need somebody to like them. They need somebody to want them. They want to be in a relationship. They want to have multiple friendships. They want to have multiple contacts and people that respect and love and like them, and they don't want to make anybody angry. They don't want to receive any kind of judgment. They want to basically be a Pollyanna, and that's not how it works, sweetheart. You could be a Pollyanna and there's still somebody that's going to have a problem with you. There's going to be somebody that's not going to like you. And then also within these group dynamics, these friendships, these relationships of networks and whatnot, you still have individuals within these networks and organizations and groups that are not going to like you or going to have some kind of issue with you. Something. So it really comes down to, do you like yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you respect yourself? Can you be by yourself? Can you be alone? Or do you have to have everybody out in the world looking at you and seeing you? I don't. The only person I want to see me is God. Because as I said earlier, people can say that they're for you, that they love you, that they like you, that they respect you, and then behind your back do so much dirty crap against you, tell so many lies about you, set you up, attack you, bully you, hate you, stalk you, all because you're you. The world that we live in is full of a lot of toxic people. I don't want you to be one of those individuals. I don't want you to fall in line with the crowd. I want you to stand out. Be yourself. Be authentically you. And if there's something about yourself that you don't like, then you need to do the necessary to change it. Don't look for somebody else to do it. Don't hook up with somebody. Don't be in a relationship, get married, friends, whatever, and expect them to change you for the betterment of you. Because they're worried about themselves. You need to be worried about you. So God made me different. He made a lot of us different out here. You just have to understand and realize that, and then accept it. And like I said, if there's anything within you that you want God to change, simple. Ask God to do the necessary changes in your life. It's simple. None of us can do it by ourselves. But we have to start with ourselves. You get it? All right. I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go. Bye.